This is Luke Paulson, the Catholic Conservative, and welcome to the news of the week for August 10th, 2024. And if you enjoy these videos, do not forget to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe for more. He supports terrorists. The Democrats almost chose Shapiro for tackling Kamala as her running mate. However, they could not do that. They would lose the Palestinian vote. After all, they need to stand with the genocidal maniacs in Hamas, especially as we approach the anniversary of their October 6th attack. The Democrats chose Tampon Tim as the running mate for tackling Kamala. Personally, I find it hilarious that an old white man was chosen for the job. That sounds discriminatory and not at all standard for DEI hires. Either way, he was governor during the Black Crimes Matter riots. He got multiple requests for the Minnesota National Guard, but did nothing. When he finally sent them in, he demonized the city for not handling the situation correctly. Combine all of that with what his wife said while the city was burning.
I'd say those first days, when there were riots, I could smell the burning tires. And I kept the windows open for as long as I could because I felt like that was such a touchstone of what was happening.
His prospective boss even helped bail out the rioters that caused the problem. So in other words, the Democrats looked past the candidate whose people were victims of terrorists to choose someone who turned a blind eye to terrorists. While Tampon Tim is a horrible wretch of an individual, his boss is even worse. As such, let us look at Cackling Kamala a little closer. A shifting accent. Cackling Kamala began her political career running as an Indian American. This is a well-documented fact, and only the fake news would deny it. Then when she was picked as the running mate for candidate Biden, she was suddenly black. It is not just her ethnicity that she is unsure of, it is her accent as well.
And you all helped us win in 2020, and we're gonna do it again in 2024.
That accent really comes and goes, doesn't it?
This is just like when she pandered for the black vote by lying about listening to Snoop Dogg and Tupac in college. The fact remains she is not even sure who she is. We, however, know exactly who President Trump is. What he did not say. President Trump recently said,
"Get your family, get everyone you know, and vote. Vote early, vote absentee, vote on election day. I don't care how, but you have to get out and vote. And again, Christians, get out and vote. Just this time. You won't have to do it anymore. 4 more years, you know what? It'll be fixed, it'll be fine. You won't have to vote anymore, my beautiful Christians. I love you, Christians. I'm a Christian. I love you. Get out. You gotta get out and vote. In 4 years, you don't have to vote again. We'll have it fixed so good you're not gonna have to vote."
Now there is a lot to unpack here. First, notice that he did not say that you could not vote, but that you did not have to. A lot of people, I know some myself, just choose not to vote. They know that things are getting infinitely worse and have become hopeless. It is these people who choose not to vote that are the ones who change the election. If the corruption and crime is rooted out and destroyed, they only have to vote once. While it is naive to think that President Trump can fix all of this in 4 years, he is our best shot. Furthermore, the same people who are analyzing every word that President Trump says, never aware of his dry sarcasm, are the same ones who turn a deaf ear when the gun grabbers announce their plans, alongside gulags and deprogramming, or threats of violence. None of these are taken seriously. Democrats have to run on lies and misinformation to win. That is, of course, the only way that Act Blue can get donations. Act Blue donations. Act Blue is an organization that helps raise funds for liberal candidates. OMG has once again found fraudulent donations. In Georgia, a woman was found to have made multiple donations to Act Blue for Bernie Sanders, even though she does not have a single financial record of doing so. In fact, she has been donating to Donald Trump. We may have a bit of money laundering going on. Check the link in the description provided by OMG to see if your name is being used. From what I can tell, Act Blue is using her financial records and making it seem as if she made the donations when it is actually someone else. This allows them to cook the books. Naturally, this is illegal, and if this was being done by the Trump campaign, the FEC would already be investigating it. But since the FBI and the FEC are controlled by the deep state, and the funds are being funneled to a deep state puppet, they are looking the other way. Just like the Olympic Committee looked the other way in regard to a certain boxer. Anatomy and gender. Emaine Chalif won against a woman in boxing at the Olympics. In previous competitions, Chalif was forbidden from competing, citing higher than normal testosterone levels. Chalif is not transgender, as this is a case of medical intersex. I would like to point out that the same people who said that men can get pregnant are suddenly saying that since Chalif has a Chalif is a woman. However, it is more complicated than that, as this person is genetically male. However, because of a hormone imbalance, Chalif has some female traits. The odds of someone being medically intersex are less likely than someone being born with 6 fingers. Yet we still teach kids that people have 5 fingers because that is infinitely more common. However, Chalif is not the only boxer that is embroiled in controversy. Then Yu Ting of Taiwan was also previously disqualified after a gender test, but somehow made it to the Olympics. These people were previously forbidden from entering, not due to a personal fault, but pure luck of the draw. However, biological chemistry means nothing when everything is based on what feels right. Speaking of genders, there's a lawsuit to talk about. Breaking a contract. Most Christian universities have a statement of faith. People who want to work at the university must agree with this statement of faith, and Liberty University is no different. Apparently, one Mr. Zensky did not want to do this. He was a probationary hire at the IT help desk. Then, when he was officially hired, he admitted that he was not actually a woman. The fact that he revealed this as soon as he was hired reeks of a plot. It is as if Zensky did this knowing that he would get fired and then could sue. The purpose is not to walk away with a settlement. The purpose of this is lawfare. People like him despise the fact that others do not celebrate him. The fact that the anti-Christian lawyers union is behind this scheme means that it is a scheme. These are the same people who sue people for not baking cakes rather than telling people to go to a different bakery. And do not get me started on how they tried a similar tactic in Dayton, Tennessee in 1925. However, not every courtroom is going to go in the favor of the evil one. Sometimes even giants can be felled. Google, the illegal monopoly. In the most shocking and not shocking legal news of the year, a judge has ruled that Google has an illegal monopoly on search results. Officially, it violated antitrust laws. Considering that they also host the world's biggest video sharing platform and regularly demonetize or suppress content that they disagree with, this is to be expected. What is unexpected is that this is in the District Court of the District of Columbia. According to the court, Google has spent tens of billions of dollars for exclusive contracts, especially those that will block out rivals. Now, it is shocking that the court would rule this way. However, according to an article by CNN, one of the competitors is the US government.
Oh yeah, it's all coming together.
That is why this lawsuit went forward. As Ron Paul would say,
don't steal, the government hates competition.
However, let us talk about something else Google related. Prager U and YouTube. The 2016 lawsuit filed by Prager U is very important. The problem is not that they are censoring content. A private company and a publisher can do what it chooses. The problem is that YouTube is not a publisher, it is a platform. Legally, they cannot choose what to censor and what not to. If Google is sued under antitrust laws, it may reveal some things that will make it easier for Prager U at the same time. The fact that Prager U released another video about this is undoubtedly connected. Either way, the fact remains that taking on a branch of Operation Mockingbird is here to remind you to never question the official narrative. Will be far from easy, but something worth doing is rarely easy. Abandoning his fellow soldiers. J.D. Vance has accused Tampon Tim of stolen valor. Now, that is an awfully serious accusation. He did serve in the National Guard but did not go overseas alongside his brothers. That is almost as bad as Brandon checking his watch if you ask me. Moving on, about his nickname. Tampon Tim decided to put tampon dispensers in every boy's bathroom in the state. Why they would need these, I cannot imagine. Some boys started ripping them from the walls and fleshing the contents. While I do not condone this destruction of property, I understand it. So not only did this candidate abandon his brothers, but he also does not even understand 8th grade biology. This makes him the perfect running mate for cackling Kamala, who may have just been handed the win thanks to a new health scare. The new health scare, who is considering declaring monkeypox an international emergency after outbreaks in Africa. I would like to point out that this particular virus is very easy to avoid. However, I would not rule out that it will be used as an excuse to mask everyone, to put all of the kids in online school, or to justify mass mail-in voting. I pointed out last week that there is a bird flu conference a month before the election, and either one of these may be what they go with this time. However, while this could win her the campaign, her latest plot to win has just been uncovered. Cackling Kamala pays her supporters. It has now been revealed that a PAC called Future Forward is paying OnlyFans creators to make pro-Kamala content. They are paying hundreds to thousands of dollars for this exposure. No pun intended. This is the very definition of astroturfing. The only reason that we know about this is that the PAC contacted a Trump supporter to make content. Don Lemon already gushed at the fact that cackling Kamala is doing so well on TikTok. Now, while TikTok is controlled by the Chinese Communist Party, and thus probably in favor of Beijing Biden's replacement, the PAC is undoubtedly operating here as well. Now, while what they are doing may be legal, it is underhanded. If cackling Kamala personally ordered this, it might be illegal. However, one fact, and one fact alone, is crystal clear. We are at war against the socialists and the forces of hell. Maybe I'm just blowing smoke. Maybe I'm completely off my rocker, but that is just my opinion. And do not forget to like, comment, and most importantly, subscribe for more. But before you go, on the left I have last week's video, but you may also enjoy the video on the right.